Welcome to another episode of the InnerFight podcast. My name's Marcus Smith, founder of InnerFight.com. And I'm joined again by Matt, Phil, Carmen to answer your questions, give you a few little tips for Christmas, and update you about what's going on in the world of InnerFight. No matter where you are in the world, thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right in. You can make as many funny voices as you want, because we're now recording.
Yeah.
Moonshine, are you recording this? YouTube views are actually going up.
Right. We started again or not?
We've started again.
Okay.
We've actually started before now, but now we've started again. YouTube video hits are going up. Phil, you've got some feedback on that for us.
7 hits a week now.
7 hits a week. We've gone up from just Janice to Janice plus Savage plus a couple of others. Anton clearly doesn't have enough work to do and watches the podcast at work, which is good as well, because then his work colleagues can come in and they can all watch it too.
And see how ripped we are, and then they want to come down and train.
This is it. This is the last podcast before Christmas. 24th, when it plays out, will be Christmas Eve. We did this in the first take, because this is the second take of the same podcast. Jonesy, I wish you all the best with your chili bin.
Yes.
that I remembered to bring in for you to store Phil's. What's your limit on Christmas Day, Phil, for beers?
I said 1 beer.
1 beer.
Nah, but Lily got me a litre.
So that's
one
one.
beer.
So
it's going to be like my standard 1 beer.
1 litre of beer.
But it's a litre, yeah.
There's a litre.
And you're giving me shit about 1 bottle of wine.
Yeah, 1 bottle of wine almost
on.
every night.
Not every night.
Not every night.
Most.
No,
You have a serious problem.
I mean,
it's his wife.
Call it as you see it.
That's
Whose wife?
your wife.
I don't have one. What are you talking about? I used to have one. She used to get me cheap tickets, but then that ended, so we just kind of stopped. Here we go. Anyway, it's the end of the year. We just recently celebrated fitness last Friday. Jonesy, your team still not on the podium.
No. Set a trend.
Mohamed was not happy
No,
about that. I missed out on the podium as well.
Yeah.
Did any of us? None of our teams were 1, 2, or 3.
No.
Mine was in the last heat. I don't know if we were
Top 3 in the last heat of 5. I can't remember who.
I don't know if we finished in top 3.
Batter's team won. That was bad team management from my side and your side, Phil. They had obviously too many good people in their team.
I wasn't very happy with some of the reps either.
There was a lot of pretty poor reps kicking around, but it was an awesome event. 60 odd people working out, 60,000 children running
one
around.
that we've had.
Probably one of the busiest ones we've had. I think we went through 250 shawarmas. There was quite a bit left over, and then there was about 5 trays of goat sheep with rice. Thanks to Kareem. Goat. There was some goat. I don't know. It was goat. Lamb. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
good.
thought it was goat. I said, is that goat? And someone said, no, it's
Someone
not.
said it's goat.
Yeah, and someone said it's not. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's
Goat, lamb, same stuff. It's tasted super good, and we're appreciative to those guys for bringing that stuff in. There's a lot of pictures kicking around. If people did take part in Celebrate Fitness, go and check them out on the Facebook page, like them, comment on them, and share them. And if you weren't here, go and have a look at what you missed out on. And next year, people like Lee Parker, please make better life decisions.
Yeah.
Not only would you have been able to cycle with me 90k, 85k in 5 degrees, but he'd have also... I actually asked him to change his ticket, and he said no.
No.
I said, just change your ticket, go in the afternoon. There's 2 flights a day to Birmingham, and by lunchtime he's sending me a picture of him drinking a beer.
Yeah. And now that means like the first 2 weeks he's back, he's just going to moan and groan.
He's going to moan and groan.
Fitness has decreased.
Yeah. And it probably will have done as well. So
Are we talking about Little Lee?
Little Lee. There we go.
Little.
So before we get into what's happening in the listener question and answers, all these crazy questions you've got, a couple more news updates. Phil Hesketh has launched his seminar series, the Open Series. Give us a little bit of a... Go on, sell it to everyone. Come on. Give us your best sales pitch.
I already did that on the Instagram videos.
I know.
Yeah.
And now that wasn't very good, so let's do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 seminars going on over 3 weekends in January. We're going to learn everything there is that I can teach you about the Open, of my 4 years experience and what I think is going to be coming up, how to prepare for it best. You'll have about a 3 or 4 week break after the seminars are over to take away all that stuff that you learn and prepare. They just released the dates, 25th of February.
25th of February is the first workout releases.
You've got 2 months until the Open starts, so get down, over those 3 weekends and learn as much as you can.
The first one starts on the
8th.
8th
Is that the Friday?
Friday the 8th of January, and you can come on a Friday or a Saturday. Exactly the same content.
Yeah, for both days, and it's 3 different seminars
Each
over
weekend.
the 3 weekends. Yeah.
Cool, and they are actually filling up. I think the Saturday one has only 4 spaces left in it.
Yeah, I think there's 8 booked ups already on there.
And there's only 12 in each, so it's quite a lot of what we'd call FaceTime, I guess, with Phil, and Carmen will be there, Jones will
We've
be
got
there.
quite a range as well. I know that
out
of those people that have booked up, some of them have done the Open 3 or 4 times and looking to get a top 10 spot in the region, and some of them are entering it for the first ever time with a view to going into the scale division. So it really, anyone that wants to enter it for whatever reason.
But it doesn't matter if you're entering scaled or if you're in the main competition. It's good for everyone, right?
Yep, you're going to learn. You're going to get better at fitness.
Awesome.
Everything to do with the Open.
Sign up, send us an email, and come in and pay. That firms your place. You cannot just book and pay on the day. If you want a place to be firm, you need to. And there's only 4 places left on the Saturday one, and I think 5 places left on the Friday one. So get in and get it done. Also, next week, before that starts, this will also help you if rowing comes up in the Open. Cameron Nicol, Great Britain athlete, Olympic athlete, is coming back to teach us more about rowing. There's an elite training camp on the 28th, which is 5:30 to 7:30 in the morning, and in the afternoon as well. So 2 sessions. If you're not interested in that and you want to just go to a 2-hour seminar, a continuation of his 101 seminar is the 102 seminar. Pretty creative branding, marketing from Cam there, but it's a continuation, and he's going to speak a little bit specifically about the Open. Hopefully what he says doesn't go against what you say. But still, I'm sure we'll all be on the same page. So 28th and 29th, Cameron Nicol's here. Again, there's only 12 places on each of those courses, and they need to be paid to keep your place. Obviously, if you're listening to the podcast and you're visiting Dubai over Christmas, please do come and jump on one of those seminars if you want to. If not, come and jump in a class. Base Fitness is launching on the, let me get this right, 4th of January. 4th of January.
2016.
There's a lot of dates here. 28th, 29th, 8th, 4th, it's the 25th soon. On the 4th, all of the area that you see, if you are watching the video that's all behind us, is going to look quite different. Base Fitness will be taught up there 3 days a week, 10 a.m. on a Saturday, 7 p.m. on a Monday and a Wednesday. Your first session is free. It is for people that are slightly overweight, too intimidated, coming back from injury, or have had limited gym exposure. Did I get those people right? That's about right. So please, if you want to as well, gift this to someone for Christmas. It's not too late. If it's Christmas Eve now and you're still listening to the podcast and you haven't bought your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, no cats or dogs allowed, but someone a present for Christmas, buy them Base Fitness for 1 month. It's 1,300 dirhams, 3 sessions a week. Go and check it out, InnerFight.com/base-fitness. All of the details are there. Or ask one of the coaches. Interesting stuff that's kicking around this week. Here's another 10 things insanely healthy people do. I know we're talking about morning rituals, but this is quite cool. 10 things insanely healthy people do before 9 a.m. Matt Jones, number 1 is...
Wake up. I like to get a shot of my superfood in me. Like
superfood.
So I have about 500 mils of water, and then I have the shot.
Number 3, they drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
before 9 a.m. So you've got
everyone should be doing that. Don't be a child.
Don't be a child.
So have that and then have a shower. Or if you want to have a shower first, do that. It doesn't really matter. Just
shower's not on the list, but it's definitely on my list. Just general.
It's kind of on my list.
Guess what's on the list.
Guess.
It's not your own list.
It's not your own list. It's what's on the list.
Yeah.
You've got one right. Second one you didn't get right. Third one.
Jeez, I don't know.
Forget it.
I didn't read this article. I need to read this article. You guys didn't send it to me.
I think you've actually read it, Phil.
I think it was quite an old one. I think there was reading was on there.
Reading? Was it?
Before 9 a.m.
Before 9 a.m.
To read something.
Really? Yes, they read.
Yeah. And
reading in the morning can have a number of benefits, from creating space for yourself to relieving stress to even getting your brain into work mode. It's important to have time for yourself.
Yeah. Just looking to Instagram and reading those texts.
Meditation, that was on there, I think.
I do that.
Was it? Meditation?
Yeah, they meditate. Towards the bottom of the list.
And they say on this there are various forms of meditation, but the morning, just after waking up or exercising, is the ideal time for it. There we go.
And the one towards the top was getting up before 6, was it? To be productive?
Yeah, this is quite cool, and it says they wake up early as 6 a.m., provide yourself with enough time to accomplish your morning goals, and this will change the entire rhythm of your day, and knocking out a few small, easy things in the morning, like making your bed as soon as you get up. Have we spoken about making your bed before?
I don't think
this is actually a really huge subject that, like, a lot of that I've read about anyway. A lot of, like, they reckon super successful people make their bed in the morning.
Like to start productivity for the day.
Well,
I'm not successful.
Well, yeah, it's kind of 2 or 3-fold. Like, if you get up and get out of bed and make it, then you're not going to get
back in it.
You got things done.
No,
right?
well, you're getting your shit in order from the start.
Yeah.
Like someone else I read. This was a while back, that if you have a really bad day, at least when you come to get in bed at night, it's all nicely done for you and stuff like that. But to be honest, I never ever make my bed.
Your maid makes your bed for you.
Yeah, Holly. Yeah. Doesn't watch the podcast.
Exercise was on there as well, I think. That was one of the top ones.
What have we got here? Let's go through them. Carmen, have you got any more guesses except reading into the screen? No.
You don't do anything in the morning.
Put my clothes on.
It actually doesn't say that.
Not required to be successful.
Number 1, they set a sleep schedule and stick to it.
How's your sleep schedule going?
Yeah, it was good.
How did that go with
November? I did it all in November. But
what do you do?
December. I just used to get up straight away instead of...
No snoozing.
That's snoozing.
I don't press the snooze button anymore, but this month I just get up a couple of minutes later.
You don't feel any difference from...
Oh, not really.
Not really?
Nah.
Still feel okay?
Yeah, I still feel fine. Yeah, wake up.
It says... They set a sleep schedule and stick to it, eradicate some of the chaos by setting a bedtime and sticking to it. It may seem like a funny thing for adults, but it's incredibly important. Just to routine. That's pretty basic. So that's the first one. The second
8:30.
8:30 to 6, because they get up as early as 6, so 5:59 is fine. They drink a lot of water, which Jonesy says you haven't had anything to drink since last night, so it's good to rehydrate yourself. The water fires up your metabolism, so wake up, have some greens if you want, or just grab 500 ml of water. That's a pretty good start to the day. I noticed when you were staying with me, you like that.
Drinking water?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing actually I do.
Do you have that greens thing first thing in the morning?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Before or after brushing your teeth?
Before brushing my teeth.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow. I would hate that.
Really?
Breath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why he brushes his teeth.
You're supposed to brush your teeth first, though.
Why?
Lily goes mad at me for not brushing it as soon as I wake up. Apparently, it's quite bad to brush your teeth when you've already got, like, if you put, like, food onto them or something like that. Yeah, and brush
that's
afterwards.
The meaning of brushing your teeth, no? Getting it off.
Do you brush them and then eat something, drink something, and then brush them again?
Oh.
No, I just start the day, get up, brush my teeth, like, really good, and
you're
then
ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like that.
Didn't you get a filling recently?
Yes.
You have to replace it.
We'll talk about your toe later.
brush my toe.
That was the issue then.
With my toe.
Yeah. We've also got here number 4. They exercise before the day gets going. Morning exercise will provide a reliable boost of energy, and even a light workout delivers a sense of accomplishment.
So, like a light workout, you could just do 2 lunges or something.
Yeah, I mean,
come to InnerFight
a
for a light workout.
A lunge flow.
A light workout, lunge around the world, 20 jump squats.
Kalsu.
You guys stitched me up the other day. Yeah, a bit of exercise. They eat a hearty, balanced breakfast. Kalsu, we'll come to that later. They eat a hearty, balanced breakfast. Yeah. They meditate. Phil said that. Bit of reading. They write in a journal. There are a number of benefits to keeping a journal. Writing in one each morning will spark your creativity while strengthening your self-discipline and confidence, which you can take throughout the day. They listen to music. And finally...
The new sound system's good. The new sound system's good.
West Side Connections. wakes up at 6 a.m.
People just don't know how to act. They don't know how to act.
Chucks it on. I can't imagine if I put music on. Holly's still asleep and in all sorts of trouble. This is quite a cool one. Number 10, they tell someone, I mean just anyone, I love you. Before 9 a.m.
So I'll just say that to my kittens?
Just well, at least
they're just looking at me.
If you do the love... One doesn't look, he is blind.
Blinky.
Yeah, so
Winky.
before 9 a.m, just make sure you tell...
Blinky.
Is that what you call him? Winky?
It's Winky.
Blinky.
Blinky or Winky?
Blinky is a real name.
Somehow I don't believe one of you. So just relax. So that's number 10. Tell someone I love you. Carmen,
I tell myself that a lot.
Okay.
You should start telling your maid if she's like...
She's already scared of me, I think.
Oh, she's scared of you?
And then she saw Marcus
She
one
saw
day, and
me.
she's like,
yeah.
those arms?
Really?
Yeah.
What can I do? That's the way it goes. Some interesting things, but as we've spoken about before, morning rituals, morning routines pretty much set the tone for the day. So if you're getting a couple of those things right, or if you've got any other ideas, of course, let us know. winning@innerfight.com. Share your thoughts with us so we can share them. If there is any, I'm sure from the people that listen, and obviously we know quite a few of them personally as well, there would be some quite interesting morning rituals. I'm sure someone like Savage is just like, have a big shit. Savage
will get his head involved. And he'll put his shades on.
Ash Hale will do weights until the warm-up starts. To go every single day, the warm-up is in the bathroom for 6 minutes.
Even since Evolve, even since Engine, he's done it the whole time. It works for him.
And then you can just go up to him and go, is that what happened?
That's
yeah,
it.
bro.
Yep.
Never once at his own house.
Never. Yeah, isn't it true? I remember when we used to go away on rugby tours, never used to go to the toilet in my own room. We used to just go in the other blokes' rooms and just, yeah. Why would you make your own room stink?
I'm sure you flushed.
Never. Talking about that, Holly cut some of her calluses off in our bathroom the other night and left them in my sink.
Ooh.
I told her that it's on now.
Hey.
It's all
You have separate sinks.
Yeah. It's not my fault how the villa's built, Phil. It's just 2 sinks.
There's just so many rooms.
In an ideal world, there'd just be 1, but there's 2, so it's even more ideal now. Yeah, there's 2 sinks in the master bedroom. No idea. Totally pointless. Big waste of porcelain.
So does she need to move now to the one where I stayed?
She needs to watch all the toilets.
Okay.
Not the sinks. I'm not bothered about putting stuff. I don't want to shit in a sink. Anyway, that could go a different direction. Let's get into some questions. This comes from our good friend Natalie's sister Lizelle. She has 4 pretty good questions here. Well, the 4th one we might leave out, but the first one's really good. I see a lot of, she said, what shoes is good for which workout / exercise? My feet tends to cramp, especially after running or skipping or skip rope, and my feet literally cramp for days after the wretched Kalsu.
Ooh.
I mean, it's quite an interesting thing because we've spoken about equipment before. We know that the brands out there, whoever they are, they make sort of CrossFit specific shoes now, and we've also seen a lot of people wearing lifting shoes. But we see workouts that have maybe a high volume of squatting, lifting in it, and then maybe some skipping. So thoughts on different workouts and what people should be wearing on their feet.
What shoes does she wear for starters?
Nanos.
She does now. Yeah.
What does she used to wear?
I don't know.
Okay.
What kind of
But-
nanos? Because in some kind
The
of
5s.
nanos...
She's got the 5s.
See, I don't like the 5s either because my feet, they get numb if I wear them too long.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit...
I used to get it with Nike Freeze. but
Yeah, I
don't know.
can't keep them on.
So maybe this is something a little bit more personal.
It's a bit of trial and error, I think,
Right.
because, like, with the Reebok, I went through and I think I've had a pair of every single nano from 1 to 5.
Right.
Really liked the 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
Hated the
Same.
3s and 4s. They used to give
Yeah.
me really bad foot cramp, like what she's talking about. Anything where I would, so running or any barbell movement where you're sort of extending onto your toes and back down onto your, like, flat foot. Like,
Right.
over and over again, I would get really bad foot cramp. But then
Right.
the 5s, I love. I've never had any issues with
No
them
issues.
at all.
It's kind of I'm on the same page. You have something that for your general trainer, which obviously like something like an Nano 5 or an Innovate is, you just got to find something that's comfortable for you, I think.
Yeah.
What do we think about lifting shoes in workouts?
I don't like
I use them a
it.
lot less than I used to. I
Yeah.
used to be a
Same.
pretty typical CrossFitter that you get a pair of lifting shoes and you want to wear them for absolutely everything.
Yeah.
I wear them a lot less now.
Yeah.
Like
I
that,
think-
I wear them now when I'm doing high rep squat volume
Yeah.
because it does help my position a little bit. It helps me keep a bit more upright torso.
Yeah.
And then I wear them when I'm going heavy on snatch and clean and jerk or any sort of squat. But
Jonesy, I don't think I've ever seen you really wear lifting shoes to do a conditioning workout.
No. I just
Never.
prefer normal shoes.
Normal
And
shoes.
I don't wear lifting shoes in a warm-up if it's got running, which a couple of members do sometimes.
yeah, so
I'm not going to mention any names, but
No,
it's
you
okay.
shouldn't.
lifting
Yeah,
shoes
we've seen
are
it.
they are valuable and they definitely have their place. But it's better to, a lot of people use the lifting shoes to try and give themselves more mobility rather than actually working on mobility. So that's something that you should probably avoid.
Yeah, I'm okay with
and it's definitely going to give you that flat, like solid heel is definitely going to give you more sort of foot pain, I think. But doing what I've seen you do it before, just getting one of the lacrosse balls and just rolling your foot on it. There's a lot of muscles like in your feet, and they get, if you press them, if you actually like stick your thumb into the bottom of your foot, I'm sure it hurts a lot. The muscles are super tight. Like you need to release them just like you would.
I know Kelly Starrett was very big on that. If there's a workout that's like a lot of running, box jumps,
just wants to release.
Just for 90 seconds, just stand on.
But there's a lot of thing about like. If you do sort of release, a lot of problems come from the feet, right, and then that would go up then to the knees and then into the hips, which would then, like a shoulder issue could be down to something wrong, like with the feet.
It's actually absolutely true. Like one of the sort of, as Kelly Starrett would say, the test retest on the trigger point stuff, it starts at the bottom. And they always start on the right hand side, but when you go through and you release basically what everyone would know as the calf, you can actually see a difference in your shoulder. Like you'd normally like that. This shoulder kind of comes back, and this one's still in, only by doing 2 or 3 releases on your calf. So yeah, super true. Yeah. The next part of her question basically is all about sort of stretching and rolling. So we'll merge it into one. Please give us some examples of how to stretch, roll before or after workout. That one that Phil, you just said what Jonesy does a lot. Get that hard ball. We've got loads of them here upstairs. Your gym should have them. Even a golf ball is a little bit hard, but it still works in your foot. And she actually says that she got herself into the habit of doing Matt's mobility stretches to avoid back pain. Matt wrote an article on that. You can check it out on the website, and super useful. Lots of people have used it before each training session. One day someone gave me a video stating that stretching before a workout is not good for your muscles. It's like stretching a frozen rubber band. It will snap. So I stopped. What do you think about this?
Yeah, before a workout, it not so much static stretching. It's more about activating and warming up. And you still want to make the muscle longer, but not through sort of static stretching. It's more through movement. So when we did that things like, the lunge around the world that we put into
last couple of weeks.
Yesterday's classes, but it was Sunday.
And
like that's a stretch, but it's through movement. So we're trying to increase the range of motion there. Whereas then afterwards is when you could do, like you've put out a lower and upper body article now on stretching, right? And that's the sort of place for that, really.
But yours are not all static, were they?
No.
There's a little bit of mobility stuff in there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Which you can obviously do on your off days as well.
We've seen a lot of those hip flows and things.
We need to mention it's still okay to go before a class to do some foam rolling.
That's
something that still has to do.
I think her point is actually true, and I would kind of agree with that. One day, someone gave me a video stating that stretching before working out is not good for your muscles. It's like stretching a frozen rubber band. I agree 100%. If you're going to come in and just try and do a stretch absolutely cold, then it's... But if you jumped on, for example, the air bike or one of the machines for 2 minutes and got some blood flowing, or just ditched your car and ran to the gym and then did a little bit of stretching, you'd be cool.
Be better, yeah.
And she finishes it up with, why not give us some stretching classes? Well, that's why Matt's writing some good content on that. And she says, is it just called yoga? Sure, you can go do yoga. Maybe later on.
We've got the full area for it upstairs. Like we've got, and they've got all the equipment that you need to be able to do it.
Everything,
It's just that people just don't do it. Everyone hates it. It hurts stretching, and that's kind of. And plus, people just don't like doing it.
I think a lot of people they still want to do the main class. So if we did a half an hour stretching class before, they're at the gym for 2 hours, and maybe not. I know definitely the base fitness program is going to have a lot more sort of mobility and stretching in it, because that's what that population needs. So if people do feel that they need more stretching, maybe come to base fitness. You'll learn some other things as well. Here's another one. After watching the CrossFit Invitational the other weekend, I was wondering if Atlas Stones will be something InnerFight may take on in the future, or with it, any other strongman items like log bar, being a very specialised piece of equipment, only really benefit people in the red zone training, or really something people in normal classes would avoid for safety reasons, or other higher end performing athletes. I realise we have the yoke, but I imagine other strongman stuff could be an interesting twist, unless we are already doing it and I'm not paying attention. This is from Badder Phil, your strongman seminar staff.
I don't think it's very true that it would be only beneficial to red zone training, which he's trying to say is like a bit more of a advanced training. Like, I think with the amount of experience that I had going around, like literally all over the world teaching strongman stuff, like the majority of people were just like, regular gym goers. Like we had 60-year-old women like doing the seminar a couple of times. I think that was like made Rob happier than anything. That
of course, because he's about 70.
People would be so who are usually you'd think would be a bit intimidated by strongman stuff.
Yeah.
And it's actually really beneficial because it doesn't require a huge amount of mobility, which is often like a lot of people struggle with mobility and things like that with a barbell. Yeah. Whereas the strongman stuff, you can get strong and really good exposure to strength training without, having to do lots of like serious technique work and positional work and things like that. So it's definitely something that everyone in the gym can be implementing into the training.
Yeah, it's also strength that you're just not going to get inside the gym or with a barbell. So, like you say, you are going to get strong from it, from lifting stones or dead balls. And
we've actually just, to answer his question, we actually have just got
we'll speak about that as well a little bit later. But we got those heavy dead balls. But I think he's overlooked a couple of things as well. Aside from the yokes, we obviously have the fat bars, which are considered somehow strongman movement, cleaning with that.
We don't use that too much, right?
We don't use that too much. I mean, I guess we program the yokes and the strongman stuff every month, once a month or once every 3 to 5 weeks.
Farmers walk quite often. And strongmans can be quite broad as well. Like, a lot of the times we make people just pick something up and carry it, and that's one of the best forms of getting strong. Like, it's actually really hard.
It's super hard.
I've had a few clients already doing the rather than doing the ball cleans where you go over the shoulder, just literally picking the ball up and walking 5 or 10 meters with it is so draining.
It's almost like the sandbag. That's another thing that could be considered, but sandbagging a Zercher hold is very challenging as well. So hopefully that covers that over better, and we're going to talk about some more equipment later on as well. Fraser has some decent questions here. As always, quick one for the podcast. I was thinking of taping my hands today before the workout. I have the 2-finger grips and they help me on nearly everything, but sometimes on snatch or rings I get rips on parts of my hands that grips do not cover. I know he's ripped in his thumbs before. What's your thoughts on taping your hands? I've seen the guys do thumbs for lifting, but what about for the rings?
I would never tape my hands for the rings.
Yep.
But for lifting, I always do it. I know it feels weird because I already have small hands, and if I put more tape around it, it's even harder to grab it.
So it's more than just your thumb when you're doing lifting?
No, when I lift, it's just my thumb.
Just your thumb, yeah.
It's just my thumb. Yeah.
Don't put it in your mouth, but close.
Okay.
What were you saying? Carry on. Jonesy, thumb tape.
I'm quite happy with my 3 guards, my hand guards, to be honest.
You use all your own thumb tape though, right?
Yeah. I've still got some left over.
You went and bought your own.
Yeah. Well, I had a bit of a break for 2 weeks, But the first time, I must say, I didn't use it on Friday for the lift, and I guess you do rely on it, don't you? And it does feel a lot better when you've just taped your thumbs. Yeah. But as long as you put it in the bin, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Phil.
Whatever.
Never puts his thumb tape in the bin.
Oh, really? I thought you did.
So did I.
You always a Steve.
You try and throw it in the bin.
I was just prompting you to say something, mate. I didn't know that you had a guilty complex about not throwing your tape in the bin. But
elastic adhesive bandage for your thumbs.
Adhesive bandage for your thumbs.
It's called EAB tape.
EAB tape. Order it online, Amazon.com.
It's real cheap. And it stretches so you can still bend at the knuckle at your thumb. That's why I use that any time that I'm lifting a barbell to stop the skin ripping. I think it's really, really important that you look after your hands. When you rip your hands, it's just 3 or 4 days that you either can't train or you'll just continually rip them over and over again, and it ends up getting a bit of a mess. So I always tape up my thumbs when I'm lifting barbells, and I would always wear 2 sets of the 2-finger straps. I put them over my first 2 fingers and then overlap that over my middle fingers. It's a little bit hard on my grip, but I very, very rare. I think I've ripped my hands once in a year, and that was when I did 100 muscle ups in about 20 minutes. So generally, taping the thumbs we're all happy with to stop your thumbs from ripping, and some form of handguard. Fraser got, I know because I saw him on his muscle ups, he got a rip just in the sort of crease of the thumb, obviously. I think it's using the false grip. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And I see a lot of people ripping their wrists as well in false grip. But again, once you get rid of that, life gets better. Yeah, adhesive tape that goes around there, and it doesn't affect the grip on the false grip either, so you can still use that. Most of the time on muscle ups, I've found that any form of tape just comes off anyway. If you try and put tape over the palm of your hands, and yes, because it just gets sweaty and then just comes off. So I would just wear the Jaws hand guards. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but
after that.
You do absolutely even barbell stuff you can do in them and stops your hands from ripping.
Easy peasy. Hopefully that helps Fraser out there. Second question. Jonesy, I want you to answer this one.
Here we go.
If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be? Do you want to know what his is?
Sorry? His is. Yeah, go.
He just wants to know what your superpower would be. He says mine would be flight. He would be able to fly.
He'd like to fly, yeah.
He'd like to fly.
I like to be invisible, I guess, like when I want to be, yeah. But I'd just Gotham, Batman. He's the man. Yeah. But he's kind of... He doesn't really have any superpowers, but that's probably the best thing.
That's probably his superpower.
Just being
Carmen, what would your superpower be?
I would be, rogue. So if she touches somebody who has a superpower, she can get that power.
A bit greedy.
Pretty much everything.
So you'd wait for all us three to get our superpower, Fraser to be fly, and then just take it. What would yours be, Phil?
I would have said flight. If you, that would be really cool.
Yeah. He's already said it. So what would you say?
Shit.
I don't know. I guess Wolverine's pretty cool. He can heal instantly.
Yeah.
So no more ripping your hands.
That'd be quite beneficial, isn't it? Instant healing. So yeah, that'd be a pretty cool power.
Honestly, I liked invisible. I kind of was thinking that just to be able to disappear and
girls' changing room and
hi guys, suddenly adjusted. It's like men's changing room, ladies' changing room.
You ask you when you're 16-year-old, and you're definitely safe for that reason.
Yeah.
Being able to hear what people think. I think that would probably drive me nuts.
I think that would
drive me nuts. It might be cool for 3 days, and you'd be like, "Shut up,"
because you like it when people are talking to you. You hear what everyone's thinking.
You'd be like, "Ooh."
Imagine you could just see inside people's heads and just know exactly.
That'd be a dangerous one. You wouldn't want to know what everyone's saying.
I think it'd just make life too confusing.
There was that movie.
Here's Mohammed Sheikh. Big round of applause.
Shaky.
Yes. Kisses for the crowd. Peace. It's all good.
Clean shaven as well.
Let's ask him. If you had one superpower, what would it be? You've got 3 seconds. Flying. There we go. Yeah.
Flying, yeah.
Where would you fly to?
Where would you fly to? InnerFight.
Get there early.
Yeah. That's a good one. Flying or invisible? Flying over invisible.
Okay, good mate. Go get changed now, yeah.
I'll go get you.
Here we go. A message from Debbie, who actually used to be my sales coordinator when I worked at Adidas. So very nice of her to get in touch. She says, I try to work out 3 times a week, but end up feeling really, really tired during the day. She used to work quite hard, so that's probably why. But she said, in your experience, do I take something in particular to help me regain my energy? Firstly,
I'd look at how much sleep she's getting to start with. So get that sorted, and then you could look at the other things.
Yeah.
So do you know how much sleep she gets?
I don't, but that was my immediate reaction to this question.
Because if it's 3 sessions a week,
and
she's working hard, then there might be something going on.
Yeah. Then that was my immediate sort of response to her question when she asked it, because I remember, obviously it was a little bit while ago, but she had young kids and she was up a lot, and she never really used to get good sleep. So I guess sleep is number one, but we want to stay away from any substances to regain your energy mid-afternoon.
8 Red Bulls,
I like that amino energy,
or a case of Red Bull.
1 Red Bull and a little bit of the amino energy in your Red Bull.
You have that every
whatever Carmen's saying.
I don't do it every
3 times a day.
No,
3 times.
That'd be good for your office job.
It depends.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And here we go. This is this week's focus. It's actually a focus more on a person, because he asked some really good questions, than a focus subject.
Savage.
It's Savage. Savage went for Christmas and just left us with some great questions. So I'm going to go through the first one and then the others. The last 2 days' workouts, he obviously wrote this on Thursday, 2K row for time and Kalsu have bothered me. That's a good start. This never happens, but after reading the workout the night before, a bit of anxiety sets in. I can only relate this to the fact that these are new workouts for me, and the unknown is sometimes scary. Any tips on mental preparation for the following day's workout, especially if it's a new one? I googled Kalsu last night, and the first hit was the most brutal CrossFit workout.
I think that's what I told everyone as well before.
Yeah,
it's the
hardest workout I've ever done in my life.
And that's why it was good the way we put the 2K row in and the yoke before, because everyone was going, oh, today was sort of like the ones that didn't go hard enough. I'm like, you just relax.
Just relax.
You wait till tomorrow. And they're like, oh, what's tomorrow? I was like, just relax.
I think like the fear, he's saying the fear of the unknown. But I don't think you would be scared if you had no idea what that was. Yeah. Like, it's because, for me, I think the anxiety gets more. The more that you do something and you feel like you get used to those movements and you feel that you get a bit better at those movements, he probably feels it because he puts pressure on himself that he wants to do well at a 2K row. Yep. Like for me now, I would never do a 2K row just to do it. Like if I was going to do it, it would have to, like you always say, like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get ready for it and do it properly. And I know, because I've got experience with it, I know how much that will hurt. Exactly. And I would only be disappointed if I don't beat my previous score. So that's where the anxiety comes from. Because you start to like build a bit of competition with yourself to, you know, you're scared that you haven't improved. Yeah, and that sort of, I would ask him that question back, and I would say, okay, next week or the first week back in January, we're going to program on the Wednesday 2K row and on the Thursday Kalsu, which we could still do this, we've got time, and tell me you don't get anxiety. Yeah. Like, you're going to get anxiety. When was the last time you did Fran and didn't shoot yourself before, during, and after?
5 times to the toilet, just because you know it's gonna hurt, and it always hurts. Yeah. Like yesterday, who asked me? Oh, Salty asked me the question after the workout.
I hope you didn't answer.
Carmen, when does it get easy? I'm like, it never gets easy because you will always push yourself harder. Yeah. So I said, like, it's always gonna hurt, and even more.
Okay, so we know it's going to hurt, and we know we're always going to get anxious. So a couple of tips for maybe dealing with that, so you can actually get a night's sleep before he comes in to do the workout. What do we got there?
Don't read the workout the night before. Just go to bed.
Don't read the workout the night before.
Just go to bed, show up, and do it.
We used to publish the workouts at 5:30 a.m. Now we publish them at 8 p.m.
the day before.
Previous day. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not reading the workouts.
Yeah, well, I mean, Steve does that, and he comes in and says his words. You know?
But
the way he says that, because he always comes to the board, and clearly he hasn't checked. He goes, "What do we got today?"
Yeah,
decent,
spicy.
I got to tell him to listen to this one.
But I guess as well, like if you look at the 2K row, I mean, Cam put out that video that's like 25 minutes. If you, I mean, okay, it's going to hurt. We know that, but if you've sort of broken it down and you're confident in your plan, then you know next time Kalsu comes up, you can be confident in your plan and maybe just have a little bit of a plan.
You need to get rid of it. I think it's a good thing that he reads it and you start to feel a little bit butterflies in your stomach, and I think it's anxious, but you're excited that you know, you get a chance to have a crack at it. I think if you looked at it and you're like, oh, yeah, whatever, like you're not in a good way to come in and absolutely smash it.
No,
that's never going to be what happens if your reaction is just to be like, Kalsu. Like you're never going to get a good score. Like it's one of the hardest workouts I've ever done. And if someone said you're doing that tomorrow, I would probably think about it quite a lot. Yeah. And then I'm sure I'd perform pretty well if I did do it.
But I noticed that because you mentioned to the class that if you do 5 every minute. That's 20 minutes. Yeah. If you do 4 every minute, that's 25 minutes you're going to get it. I've noticed when we've programmed stuff like Kalsu before, it's like we haven't really allowed people to do that. Like they go, oh, I'm doing 5 minutes. Like, no, you're not. Pick up the bar. You know, and then it just becomes a survival series mode.
Just a little bit soft that day.
But I mean,
I don't think anyone thought I was. Yeah. But the thing is, if you can choose 4 a minute, but you still have to do more burpees. You have to do 125 burpees. Yeah. Or you can do.
And don't get me wrong,
15 in the first minute, try and hang on, and I bet you still end up doing 17 or 18 minutes.
Yeah. So but it was funny, there are a few that actually had a bit of a strategy without even being told. Some of the local guys had it. Yeah, I was quite impressed. I was like, okay, stick with it, and they were struggling by the end.
So it's probably a good thing, and just know how you're going to attack the workout, and just understand that it's going to hurt a little bit. But there's no
everyone around you's going to hurt.
Stress. Just get on with it.
Yeah, savage.
When I used to like. Maybe a year or so ago, I used to really struggle with. I got anxious. It would it'd always be a negative thing. Yeah, like everything would be. And even when I first came here, like you had to talk to me a lot about especially during the open,
the first open,
and I would be so nervous all the time as soon as I read the workout and I was doing it, and you'd have to just relax.
Relax.
It's it's 35. The first workout was 35 kilo snatches and double unders. And you beat me at it.
I know.
You know, and I was like, I was nervous about it. Like for the full 24 hours of reading it, and you're just like, it's 35 kilo snatches. Like, what are you actually worried about? So you got to start breaking it down, and then this year I was a lot better. Obviously I still get nervous, but it became a positive thing, and managed to, I think I got a 2 seconds and a third or something in the open.
Exactly.
You just learn to use that nervous energy a little bit better and turn it into a positive thing.
Question number 2, which is also very fitting, very good time of year for it. What is on your bucket list, CrossFit or non-CrossFit, for next year? Matthew Jones. More cats?
Oh, more cats. What is it? What's the actual... Sorry, explain.
What's on your bucket list? What do you want to achieve next year? CrossFit or non-CrossFit? He just wants to know more about you.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do with my life?
Firestorm.
Yeah, maybe.
No, you'll pull out.
I don't really know. I'm pretty keen on these odd object kind of workouts.
Right.
We've
So a
just
lot
got
more
this new
strongman stuff.
Yeah, I really
you should
like
enter that.
Dubai
Strongest Man next year.
Yeah, maybe that could be an option.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, bit of that. I mean, I like CrossFit and I respect CrossFit athletes. When it's done right, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I just like to see what else is out there.
Definitely more cats, though.
More cats. No, maybe a dog. Get a dog.
You got loads on.
I have a lot.
What are you doing?
I have a lot. I have a half Ironman in January.
First ever
half Ironman.
Yes.
Yeah. 29th of January, and then 17th to the 3 days. We don't start on the 17th, but we leave on the 17th. 160 kilometre ultra run across Oman.
That's the one you've attempted before.
That's part of the one that I attempted before and failed, that I want to go and finish.
That's in February.
That's in February. Phil Gould is taking me in March. Do you want to row again?
Yeah, sure, we row.
I think that was the problem that led to my surgery last time. I wanted something every month, and it wasn't cool. Phil Gould's taking me to France, I think, in July. We're going to ride... I think we're going to take Lee Parker as well.
Little Lee will like that.
Little Lee on the big mountains.
Going to ride some of the most iconic peaks or climbs in France. And then, as you might have heard during Scott Ragsdale's Inner Talks, he wants me to go to Aconcagua and climb that with him. I don't know if that's how you actually say it. In Chile.
Rock climbing.
It's a mountain. It's not a rock climbing per se. I think it's about 6,000 meters
of hiking.
Height. Yeah.
So you're
climbing up it. Yeah. It's not. I don't think, like, on Everest there's a lot of... this is how little I know about it, to be honest, but on Everest there's a lot of technical bits that you have to actually sort of climb up with crampons and all that. I'm not sure what this is like. But yeah,
that'd be cool though.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. That'd be very cool. It's something that obviously I haven't ever done before. So. Carmen Bosman's CrossFit Games. I'm going to go to the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, right, but I'm going to go skydiving.
Oh yeah?
I want to do like the course here. You have this whole course, like 12 jumps or something.
You and Steffi.
What?
You can go together. Christoph loves it.
Stagi.
What do you mean, no? That's not very nice. So you've got to go together.
Is he
yeah, he skydives solo.
No way.
Yeah, he's done like 20 jumps.
To him, yeah.
Chat.
So if anybody else wants to join, let me know.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Here we go. Philip, CrossFit Games, what are you going to do after July? Train for the next CrossFit.
Start training again.
Lil, where's Lil? Are you going to go on holiday with Lil?
That was what I was going to say, but you just said it, so it looks like I'm not going to say it. But yeah, I should really take her on holiday. But LA's a decent holiday.
It is a decent holiday.
Yeah. I'd really like to. I want to win the Open this year because I've never done well at that. The Open. I want to win that. I want to podium at regionals and then go on to be top 20 fittest person in the world. Somewhere in the top 20. That's my realistic goal for this year.
Very good.
And then do something cool. I should really take Lily on holiday at some point.
Yeah. LA, July.
Yeah.
Watch you work out.
You can go to Disneyland while you are...
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Whilst you're working out. It's a good one to think about. What's on your bucket list and what goals have you got, obviously. Third question that Savage has before we sort of wrap this up. My brother-in-law said when he visited InnerFight, it's kitted out like a sweet shop for CrossFit lovers. They have every piece of kit you could want. That aside, is there any other equipment that you would like to get your hands on in 2016? We got it delivered yesterday.
Yeah.
D-balls. I worked out with them. You worked out with them.
Yeah.
Happy?
Very happy.
Heavy?
Hey.
We need to stop using the girls' one, though.
Yeah. I used the guy one before the girls one.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I just used the girls one. That's all right. Pegboard, mate. I will get a pegboard as soon as someone gives me the dimensions.
I don't know where to get
you failed and you failed.
But it's really easy. I'll draw it on it.
Okay, you draw it, you get the carpenter, you explain.
Okay, if someone knows how to make a pegboard, then send it to me and I'll send it to Marcus.
Send us the dimensions or a picture, and
or if anybody wants to send us the whole board,
or send us the whole board, and we'll make like 10.
Yeah, I'm real good at climbing it.
All up the wall. Excellent. What else? Tsunami bars, they're quite interesting piece of kit.
Yeah, not used those before.
No,
they look pretty challenging.
We got 6 new Concept 2s.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's much more that we need.
No,
I don't think there's much.
You got extra kettlebells there, but
a few extra kettlebells. Why don't we have Atlas stones? Because they trash your floor, and that's why. Trust me, for the amount that I spent on D-balls, I would have a whole gym full of Atlas balls. But they do put holes in your floor, and they're not.
One piece of equipment that we do have that we never use, I want to use more, is the tyres.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got those 2 tyres out there that are real good, super heavy. Great for strength and conditioning workouts, and we never use them, so that's something 2016 I'm definitely going to do more workouts. The one that we had last year was too heavy. I failed at that.
Yeah, that was
20 minutes of me trying to flip it just once.
Yeah, ripped your t-shirt. It was not cool. Yeah. But yeah, we've pretty much got everything.
You said we were going to have that race, the 200 metre tyre flip race.
Yeah.
Me and Jonesy against you two.
Yeah, let's do it now.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch out for
He does have one more question, quick question, which is a little bit boring, a little bit technical, but very important. I've noticed more and more people wearing wrist straps, and I've started suffering from a bit of pain in one wrist. Any tips or tricks to keeping this at bay? I'll answer this quickly.
Don't wear them.
Don't wear them. It's only the top. It's only covering the. I wear them when I'm doing a lot of muscle ups to stop the sweat going down my hands. I wear them as sweatbands. Some people, again, we sell them, so some people really want them and find that it makes them better. But if you're suffering from pain in your wrists, I would not wear it. If you're going for 1 rep max overhead squat and you think it's going to get you an extra kilo, I would wear it. But it's not a band-aid for pain. No. And he finishes off very kindly. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Have a wonderful Christmas.
Thanks, Savage.
That's what he has to say.
Enjoy your turkey.
Enjoy your turkey.
Eat lots.
And first thing in the morning, have a shit. All of that.
When everyone comes back as well, you've all eaten turkey and you've all had a lot of beer. Yeah, don't tell us every day that you're not as fit as when you left.
We know.
Forget about it. And my article this week will cover that. So
expect to not be as fit. Well. You just got to work hard.
Awesome. Don't forget, Cameron is coming next week. Cameron's here, and someone else is here.
Ragnhild Sarah Sigmundsdottir.
Oh, Jesus.
That's her name.
Is that really her name?
Raggers. You guys call her Raggers.
Raggers is here. Hopefully we'll get
She got called that at the Invitational.
Really?
People were like, I saw like the CrossFit Games, someone like put Heber Cannon, one of the cameraman was calling her that. I was like,
awesome.
It's just spread like the worst name ever.
You're like that. Keep it going. She was the 3rd fittest woman on the planet. She was 3rd?
Third, yeah.
3rd, 2015. Third. CrossFit Games. She'll be here training, working out. If you want to talk to her, I don't know, she might not talk. She might do.
Scott will be trying to touch her.
Scott will definitely be trying to touch her. He's still
He's already asking, is she sleeping with me? I'm like,
no.
Scott, no. You're falling to chili bin, shut your ass.
Jens, if you want to know where your polystyrene chili bin's gone.
Hey, you needed to cool down. You needed to cool down.
On top of that, Cameron will be here 28th, 29th for those seminars. Serious. If you do want to buy people Base Fitness, it's probably one of the best gifts you can give them this year, and register for Phil's Open Series. Otherwise, it'll blow his ego absolute to pieces. No, but it'll be a good series. From us, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We'll say Happy New Year next week, but Merry Christmas. Thanks for being with us so far. Have a good Christmas. Eat lots. Drink whatever you want. 1 litre of.
1 litre of?
Water.
Walters.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Ciao.